Ambassador Zethkar adjusted his ceremonial robes as he approached the primitive broadcasting station on Earth's moon. The crystalline extensions on his head pulsed with satisfaction. Finally, after centuries of deliberation, the Galactic Senate had reached unanimous consensus. Humanity would surrender unconditionally or face complete annihilation. The broadcast began precisely at 14 Agar, Galactic Standard Time. People of Earth. Zethkar's translated voice echoed across every communication device on the planet. I speak for the United Civilizations of 7,000 worlds. Your species has been deemed a threat to galactic stability. You have 72 hours to surrender unconditionally and submit to immediate relocation. Refuse, and your world will be reduced to cosmic dust. In the Senate chambers orbiting Proxima Centauri, representatives from across the galaxy watched the human homeworld for signs of panic. The Velthari had prepared mass evacuation protocols, expecting refugee ships. The Chronari military fleets positioned themselves to intercept fleeing vessels. Even the peaceful Zephyrians had donated their meditation chambers to help process the psychological trauma of an entire species facing extinction. They waited and waited. Then something unprecedented happened in the Galactic Senate's 40,000-year history. Laughter. It started small, a few chuckles from communication centers in what humans called Australia. Then it spread like wildfire across the planet. Social media platforms erupted with memes. News anchors struggled to maintain composure while reading the ultimatum on air. Children in schoolyards burst into giggles when teachers explained the situation. Sir, Zethkar's aide whispered urgently, the humans appear to be amused? Senator Vorthak of the hegemony leaned forward, his 6 eyes blinking in confusion. Perhaps they don't understand the gravity of their situation. No, sir, the aide replied, reviewing the data streaming from Earth. Their translation algorithms are functioning perfectly. They understand completely. They just think it's funny. The laughter reached its peak when President Sarah Chen held a press conference from the White House lawn. Instead of tears or desperate pleas, she stepped up to the podium with a barely contained grin. My fellow humans, she began, pausing, as another wave of chuckles swept through the gathered reporters. We've just received the most adorable ultimatum in our species' history. Apparently, 7,000 civilizations are scared of us. The crowd erupted in applause and more laughter. Now I want to be respectful to our galactic neighbors, President Chen continued, wiping a tear from her eye. I'm sure they've put a lot of thought into this, but I have to ask, did they do any research on us at all? She gestured to a large screen behind her, which displayed a montage of human history, wars, disasters, near-extinction events, and humanity's consistent response of essentially saying, hold my beer to impossible odds. We're the species that looked at the most dangerous planet in the galaxy and decided to make it our home. We've survived ice ages, plagues, nuclear weapons, and pineapple on pizza debates. We've turned every attempt at extinction into a learning experience. The president paused, her expression growing more serious, but her eyes still twinkling with mischief. But here's what really makes this funny, dear galactic neighbors. You think we're a threat because we're violent? Because we fight? You've missed the point entirely. She gestured again, and the screen showed images of human cooperation, international space stations, global aid efforts, peacekeeping missions, and scientists from different nations working together. We don't fight because we're violent. We fight because we're protective. And right now you've just threatened our home, our families, our children, our dogs. Yes, especially our dogs. And our right to exist. The laughter across Earth began to fade, replaced by something far more dangerous: determination. President Chen's smile widened. You want to know what makes humans truly terrifying? It's not our weapons, though we have plenty. It's not our stubbornness, though we wrote the book on it. It's that we've never in our entire history faced a challenge we didn't somehow turn into an advantage. In the Senate chambers, an uncomfortable silence settled over the 7,000 representatives. You've given us 72 hours to surrender, the president continued. That's adorable. Do you know what we can accomplish in 72 hours? We once built a bridge in 36 hours just to prove a point. We've written symphonies during air raids. We've performed surgery during earthquakes. We've held poetry readings during the apocalypse. Her expression grew calculating. And now you've given us something we've never had before. A common enemy that's united our entire species. The screen behind her changed again, showing real-time footage from around the world. Military bases activating, scientists collaborating across continents, civilians volunteering for civil defense, and children drawing pictures of humans shaking hands with confused-looking aliens. So here's our counteroffer, President Chen said, her voice carrying across the galaxy. Come down and talk, share a meal with us, learn about us. Because if you try to reduce our world to cosmic dust, you're going to discover what 7 billion humans can accomplish when they stop arguing with each other and start working together. She paused, then added with a grin that chilled the blood of 7,000 civilizations. And trust me, you really don't want to find out what that looks like. As the broadcast ended, Ambassador Zethkar realized that for the first time in Galactic Senate history, they might have seriously miscalculated. The humans weren't laughing anymore, they were planning. And somehow, that was infinitely more terrifying.